All right. Hello, Toros fans. Welcome in. I am here with former Toros legend, current Wisconsin Badger, Weston Knox. Knoxy, how is it going, man?
It's going great. I mean, I can definitely say I miss the Magic City, that's for sure, and all the people up there. So, anyone watching this, we're happy you tuned in and ready to talk some.
Heck yeah. So yeah, let's get it started. Obviously, a Wisconsin Badger now just finished up year one in Madison. How was the transition going from juniors back to kind of the real world in terms of in-person classes this past fall?
No, definitely a change for sure. I mean, not having to just show up to a rink and actually then go to class afterwards is definitely a change. But I'd say the biggest difference is just how more, not saying like juniors isn't structured, but there's just a lot of like free time and things you got to like figure out on your own sometimes, because when you're not at the rink, it's just junior hockey's kind of finding your way in things. And then like college, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, like they have a structure for you where you have to get things done. You have to do this, have to do that. And if you fall off a little bit, you can get caught behind pretty fast. But no, freshman year was great. Learned a ton. Uh, Definitely weird going in as a 20-year-old, 21-year-old when you're living in the dorms and everyone else is 2 or 3 years younger than you. That was probably the weirdest part, but no, it was a ton of fun.
Heck yeah, no, absolutely. And how cool was it to see your former Toro teammates all throughout college hockey finding success this past season? You know, Doss had a lot of success over at Air Force, Jimmer at Miami of Ohio, and obviously Lawton and Zach are up for the Hobie Baker Award there. How cool was it to kind of see everyone, across all these different D1 levels kind of find some success, finding their footing?
No, it's the coolest thing ever, especially because we're all so super close. I mean, we stay in touch. I mean, I talked to Doss a ton about Air Force and everything and how he's liking it, because obviously that's a great opportunity with the whole military side of it and everything. And then I stay in touch with Jemmer, of course. Lawton, me and him just actually had a call a little bit ago. We were talking, catching up. I stay in touch with Pavs a ton, and we got to play him this year. So it was really cool. We got to warm up and cross the red line and get to kind of chirp a little bit and talk to him. It's just really cool to see how far guys have gone and how successful we've, like, just the Toros whole organization, especially the last couple of years, just sending guys to because it's some of the coolest things ever. I mean, you battle through juniors and with some of the greatest guys ever and some of the crazy stories and travel that we all have. And then you finally get to make it to what we want to make it to, like the big leagues and everything. And it's just super cool seeing everyone live out dreams and be able to be part of them with them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was a cool moment getting to have Pabs come down to the Kohl Center. Obviously, Chad Muller stopped over to
Oh, yeah.
Long Island.
Well, no,
So
Chad definitely made his mark in the Kohl Center. That's for sure.
yeah,
Definitely
was it weird playing former teammates, or just kind of seeing them with different colors on, or after you do the handshakes and stuff?
it's weird, and just the fact, like, when you go into a corner, it's not like, because when you like think about it, you're like, oh, like this is just practice, and then you're like, wait, no, this is like this is a game. They're not on my team anymore. I actually have to like try to beat him rather than just, I mean, late in the year, just get through the rep so Cody doesn't yell at me. But I mean, that it was definitely weird just actually having to go against them and knowing that, like, I'm going to go home and in 10 minutes I'm going to call him, and like me and Pavs went out to eat after the game. So like it's definitely a weird transition for sure.
Heck yeah, no, that is really cool though, that you guys are still, chatting, still rooting for each other. And I kind of noticed that too. Obviously with this year's team, still a lot of guys on this past year's team that were on that team, that 23-24 team that had that run to the Robbie. How cool was that to see those guys kind of rewrite the Toro history books just like you guys did in 23-24, thinking of guys like O'Hannison, Ian Spencer ties Longy's record, which you actually played with Longy too. And then obviously your D pair, Adam Mahler, setting about as many records as you could for a defenseman in a season.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. I mean, I just get goosebumps thinking about all the guys. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the things that they accomplished this year is, I mean, every time I got a chance to rewatch highlights or anything like that, I always was. A lot of us were always keeping track on everything, and they did an amazing job. Not just saying that it was a 1 year wonder of us going and making a run and making a difference in the Central and even the entire league, especially with just how guys performed. And those guys deserved everything that they got, and honestly, probably deserve more. They're some of the greatest guys in the world and some of the best hockey players I've ever been with and got to be in a locker room with. They're some of the most caring guys, and it's just goes to show how like respected Minot is and just the organization, how great you guys do it and how much we want to be part of it because it carries on, and the guys are unbelievable, and it's sucks. I mean, certain things talking to Babe and stuff, they only get like 2 years with them and they like going back, they're all going back for the third year. And it's like, God, it'd be really nice to kind of spend one more year with you guys, but no, they did an amazing job. Obviously didn't end how we wanted it to, but no, they did an amazing job representing that logo.
Heck yeah. No, I remember you were texting Ken all through game 5. And I remember a lot of guys checking in on Facebook throughout the year. So that is really cool and kind of a testament to how close you guys are, that you still, obviously going through your freshman year in college, but still, checking in on a Friday or Saturday and seeing what the Tauros are up to. Obviously the rivalries in the Central still run very deep, even after you're gone.
That's for sure. No doubt about that. It's cool going into, I mean, once you get to college, the hockey world gets so small where, I mean, at some point you played against someone or you played with someone, and it's like there's a couple guys that played for Austin that are on Wisconsin at one point. You probably the Adam Patilla on Bismarck, who he's not one of the, I'm sure Minot fans hate him, but I mean, once you get to know him, he's one of the greatest guys ever and everything. But no, it's fun learning about how much they hate us and then how much we hate them. And you kind of connect at the end and be like, yeah, I hated going down to Austin. I mean, the spam can be built up more than it is. So
no doubt. I guess one of the last questions I got for you, Knoxy, what are you looking most forward to heading into year 2 at Wisconsin? Obviously 11 games played this past season, but and a whole off season in front of you. But what are you looking forward to most?
Definitely just more, I mean, growing into what it is to be a college hockey player. Obviously, I mean, there's going to be ups and downs and taking on new challenges on where you fit in a lineup and how just everything goes and what comes there, because it's a week by week thing. It's a day by day. You have no idea what's going to happen. From 24 hours or so, it changes so fast, and it's been really fun learning how to adapt to it and find your role and just stick to being yourself. That's, I think, the biggest thing. And I just no matter how it happens or how things are going, just sticking to who you are, because it'll pay off in the end, and enjoy it because it goes by really fast. I mean, freshman year flew by. So It's just trying to enjoy it.
No, absolutely. And if there's one guy that I don't necessarily worry about being themselves, it is definitely Weston Knox. Last question I got for you, Knoxy. I know most of the fans back here might not remember your pregame routine. You jump up on the concourse, head over to the concession stand right at doors open, and get yourself a candy bar. Is there anything like that in your pregame routine currently when it's a home game at the Kohl Center?
See, I can't say I get a candy bar or water, so that still hurts. I still wish I had that, but definitely still go on my walk, and it's part of the reason I still want to do it. It just reminds me of Minot, and it's just a part of me that I don't really want to let go in a pregame. So I definitely still take my walk and have found a couple people that I say hi to when they know I do it, but still it doesn't hit the same as Minot, that's for sure.
Heck yeah. Well, we appreciate taking some time, Knoxy. I can speak on behalf of all Toro fans when I say that we're still, checking in on Wisconsin box scores, seeing if you're in the lineup, seeing how you're doing. And, that was a real cool moment when you had your first collegiate point. I know a lot of guys in the organization texted you right after, but always rooting for a former Toro, and, you'll always have a family up here in the Magic City.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, you guys are the greatest. It's real special. That's for sure.
All right. And that will do it for the first edition of the Tauros Alumni Report, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Noxie, thanks again for taking some time, man. I hope you get out and get some fishing done in the next few weeks here.
Yep. Thank you. I really appreciate it.